Chapter 3. And the serpent was more crafty than any animal of the field which Jehovah Elohim had made. And it said to the woman, Is it even so that God has said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, and ye shall not touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said to the woman, Ye will not certainly die. But God knows that in the day ye eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and ye will be as God, knowing good and evil. And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant for the eyes, and the tree was to be desired to give intelligence. And she took of its fruit, and ate, and gave also to her husband with her, and he ate. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. Verse 8. And they heard the voice of Jehovah Elohim, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Jehovah Elohim in the midst of the trees of the garden. And Jehovah Elohim called to man, and said to him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I feared, because I am naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou art naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree, of which I commanded thee not to eat? And man said, The woman, whom thou hast given to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. And Jehovah Elohim said to the woman, What is this thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent deceived me, and I ate. And Jehovah Elohim said to the serpent, Because thou hast done this, be thou cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. On thy belly shalt thou go, and eat dust all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. He shall crush thy head, and thou shalt crush his heel. To the woman he said, I will greatly increase thy travail and thy pregnancy. With pain thou shalt bear children, and to thy husband shall be thy desire, and he shall rule over thee. And to Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened to the voice of thy wife, and eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it, cursed be the ground on thy account. With toil shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. And thorns and thistles shall it yield thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, until thou return to the ground. For out of it wast thou taken. For dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. Verse 20. And man called his wife's name Eve, because she is the mother of all living. And Jehovah Elohim made Adam and his wife coats of skin, and clothed them. And Jehovah Elohim said, Behold, man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he stretch out his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. Therefore Jehovah Elohim sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from which he was taken. And he drove out man, and he set the cherubim, and the flame of the flashing sword, toward the east of the Garden of Eden, to guard the way to the tree of life.